Hey everybody, Monolith Prepper here, and I wanted to talk about something important, something that most preppers won't even touch on, and that is the bugging in type of thing. Now, I have expressed in my first episode, which is the only episode I've actually uploaded in the Survivalist and You series, about the what is category of prepping and the history of prepping. Now, I want to express in this video that this video is not to condemn the ones who don't listen to this or to praise the ones who do, but my points here are why I'm doing this and why I'm not doing it. And when I say that, I mean what are the things I'm doing and what are the things I'm not doing in this type of belief. Now, again, I've stated in the first episode of The Survivalist and You about I would wait till later on when I get to know everybody and everybody gets to know me about my religion, my belief system, all that. But I think it should be addressed here just because of the fact that I might as well talk about it while I'm talking on the subject that I'm going to be using as the title of this video. Now, the point of this video is to talk about bugging in, or bunkering in, whichever one you prefer to call it. I prefer to call it the initiation of a civilization. And you'll find out why I say that in a little bit. But I should address my political, my religious, and my ideological beliefs. So, as far as anybody knows, I'm a conservative. As far as anybody addresses, I don't consider myself a conservative. I consider myself human. Now, that's not necessarily a political view, but I believe in what I believe. I don't have a left-wing or right-wing selection. There are some things on the left side I like, some things on the right side I like. Neither of them are the best. Now, you would say, because of that, I'm a libertarian, but I don't like that term. I really don't. I like to consider myself more human than most. And, anyway, I got this piece of crap. Not the point. But that's my personal political spotlight. Now, my religious belief is I am a Christian, particularly in the denomination of Methodism. So that's to say that though I'm a Methodist, I'm not really a particular Methodist. I mean, I have been kicked out of many churches, not because of my denomination, but because of the fact that I've been related to family members who had been kicked out of churches, and me just being associated with that family member, not by will, but by force, was the reason as to why I was kicked out. And that's one of the reasons I really don't participate in church services much, because I have technically yet to find a church that I really like. Now, there are two churches I've been to. One that no longer services the pastor that I really liked as a pastor, but he retired, so I figured there's no point in going back because that church was falling apart anyway. Then there's the second church, which I hope to actually go to in a few days. With the current pastor who was friends with the former pastor of the other church. And that's about it for that. But yes, I am a Christian. I do believe in the Bible. I believe everything in the Bible. However you try to interpret that, I don't care. Anyway. Got that out of the way. So you know as to why all of this is circulating around your brain, because I've told you my political and my religious beliefs. Now we're going to get into the subject of this video. And I'm going to have to do this in multiple parts because I have to go within the limits of 15 minutes each video. So I think when I hit the 10-minute mark, I'll stop this and then go to part 2. And then if it's any longer, then I'll have a third part. So let's continue. Now, when I said about the initiation of civilization, what I meant was actually starting a new civilization. Now, after a post-collapse environment is established and rule of law is no longer instated, you're pretty much screwed. So you have to reinstate rule of law. So a WRLL situation would not be a good idea to go out and just screw around, because you're going to get your ass killed. So I think in that factor, I probably should have brushed my hair when I was recording. Probably did it in the second part. Now, what I would recommend doing if there is a situation as such, just stay the hell away from everybody. Just go out on your own, try to stay as far away from the crowd as possible. If you encounter someone who wants your stuff, put a bullet in them. Now, if someone's willing to help you and you're in an argument debating whether you should kill him or not, I would recommend not just shooting him on sight. I would say try and make as many allies as possible. But if you can't make an ally and there's no way you're going to make an ally with that person, it is best to either kill or run. And in that situation or scenario, I would just run as fast as possible, because I don't want to have to waste a bullet on them. If I'm close enough to knife them, then that would be a good thing. But to not have to kill anybody whatsoever would be the best solution possible. So, I'm not a person who wants to kill someone, but if I have to, I will. I've never had to encounter that scenario before, but I'm sure it's possible for me to do it. I'd probably puke the first time I kill someone, but that's just me. I've never really wanted to kill anybody. And I'm not saying I'm a pacifist. I mean, I will kill someone if I actually have to, but if I'm trying to make as many allies as possible, it's not going to happen. Not as often, anyway. But the initiation of civilization. Let's get back to that. We have to reinstate rule of law. We have to create new civilizations after all the world has been eradicated of law and order in the land. A lot of people are going to die. That's not hard to say. I mean, there's going to be thousands upon thousands, even millions of people who die, because you've either got the marauders, or as I call them, douchebags, or you've got the preppers. Debating on whichever one you are, both of you will fall into the category of needing desperate times. And when you meet desperate times, desperate measures will be used. Now, over all of this, as it is once again circling around your brain, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? For me, I have everything written down as to what I want to do. Now, more than likely, all of that's going to be erased from my mind if something comes up that will completely destroy my plans. Either that, or I'm dead. Now, what is the difference of being dead and having your plans ruined? Well, for one thing, you're alive in the ruined plans category, and you have to find a new way to save yourself and survive. And quite honestly, I'm going to tell you everything within this collection of videos, what my plans are. And I'm going to tell you everything about it. Everything, except for the names of things and the particular sets I have. Now, again, this goes without saying that I will not whatsoever express anything that nobody should hear. And when I say something that nobody should hear, I mean personal stuff that nobody should hear. This isn't about categorizing anybody in any generalization. It's more or less just me pushing my beliefs in your brain, but not trying to force it down your throat. So anyways, this is Monolithic Prepper signing off. we will see you in part 2. Stay tuned.